coalition that didn't stand on the basis of making massive cuts in public services. A coalition that lied to young people, to students, about tuition fees. A coalition that claims they care about the poor and the sick and the vulnerable. And we know the reality that this is a government of millionaires that cares nothing for people in boroughs like Tower Hamlets. The cuts that are proposed will have an enormous impact on our borough. Let's take the ones that aren't even in local government. Benefits. A 10% cut in housing benefit for people on the dole for more than a year. Cuts in the amount of benefits. Cuts in housing. This will put even more pressure on public services. And scandalously, in our authority, in our council, £75 million worth of cuts over 3 years, £38 million worth of cuts in the first year. And don't let anyone con you that this can be done in some kind of cuddly way that doesn't hurt services. Already we've been told that 500 posts will be taken out of this council by the 1st of April 2011. At least 200 people will be made redundant within 3 months from this council. And the kind of jobs they do are jobs that are vital for our community. Just take our children, families and young people. Jobs like parental engagement, jobs like youth work, jobs like the youth offending team. These are the kind of work that will be under threat of redundancy and of closure, and these will have a massive impact on communities like ours. We just had an election for a mayor. 80% of people who voted for candidates who stood and said that they were against what the government is doing. Well, if they're against what the government is doing, they should be out here standing alongside us, not inside voting for cuts. Because you can't say you're opposed to what the government's doing, but then say you will be their agents within Tower Hamlets. There's a clear choice for these councillors and this council. Do they stand alongside trade unions, community organisations, ordinary people at Tower Hamlets, or do they do the dirty work for Cameron and Clegg? Today here is a small start. I want to say something about young people. Tomorrow, students and young people will be out again protesting about the rise in tuition fees. And I think they've shown a model for what we should all be doing. Not looking after themselves, but saying we're against tuition fees because we believe in equal access for working class people to education. Some people have criticised young people for protesting. I think we should say they are absolutely right to be out on the streets, they're right to be protesting, they're right to be occupying. And one last message to this council. I think it's a disgrace that we're standing outside here in pens with hundreds of police being paid to keep us away from the town hall that belongs to the people of Tower Hamlets. The council should be welcoming the people who show they care about services by standing outside here. They should be welcome inside the town hall, not locked outside it. And why do we waste money on huge police operations and then say we can afford to cut services? Get your priorities right, stand alongside the community, stand up for defending services, stand for fighting against the government that wants to destroy services for working class people.
Before the election, said that they were going to respect the rights of council tenants. As soon as they get elected, they are cutting housing benefits.
Good evening. Look, I'm so sorry that you're here in this cold. I'm here to demonstrate my support to you as the Mayor of Tower Hamlets. What this government has done, what the CONDEM government has done, is unacceptable is disgraceful.
Yes.
The cuts of some 75 to 80 million pounds, what they have set us the target to find over the next 3-4 years, will devastate our community.
Yes.
We have a strong community of Tower Hamlets,
Yes.
strong community cohesion. We have been delivering good, high-performing services. Excellent services.
Best.
And that's done because of you, the people who work for this council, the staff of this council. We as politicians, we do have aspirations. We set the agenda, but you deliver that agenda.
Yes.
And we need you, each and every one of you. I need each and every one of you. What I can assure you is this: I wholeheartedly condemn the current cuts. I do not accept the current cuts, but I do have a legal obligation. I will work with you and the community of Tower Hamlets. I will work with the unions and all the third sector organizations in Tower Hamlets to make Tower Hamlets a better place. I want to continue to deliver high-class services in Tower Hamlets. And that can only be done with you being by my side. I met the unions yesterday. I will continue to work with the unions and the community of Tower Hamlets. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Lofa.